Hello, guys. Welcome to the trial episode of the Slim Sadie Show. This mask is hot. I can't do this. I'm overstimulated. So all this shit's coming off. Except for my headphones. Put that on. How y'all doing on this nice, beautiful Wednesday evening? As you can see, I am almost done with the studio. I am missing something pretty important, and that is a coffee table. My brother got me a Roku, so I'm watching myself in the monitor behind me. Got the ring light going, got everything going. I don't know if any of my cats are in here, but who needs them? So, what is this show all about? Let me tell you. The name pretty much suggests itself. It's about me. Duh. Everything is about me. Um but yeah, I'm doing like a lot of stuff in here. Have some guests on the show. I'm gonna make like some cards with some questions. It's gonna be like a good Wendy Williams moment. Fuck Wendy Williams. But if that's the kind of jig you want, that's what I'm gonna give you. I've got costumes. I've got my Halloween lights. I've got my strawberry cow. I've got my letterboard. It is not October 6th, it is October 8th when I'm filming this. Got a teddy bear. I think it's a keychain. I don't know. Anything you want to tell the audience? Period. Let me tell y'all. Had an interesting week at work. Got floated to cardiac, which is not my thing, obviously, because I'm a cancer nurse. But hold on, let me open this real quick, and I'm just gonna rest this right here, right on my big fat boobs. Gonna open this. Let's see what this is. Strawberries and cream cookie bites from Beverly Hills Chocolatier. Got these at TJ Maxx with freeze-dried strawberries. I'm pretty sure these are macaroons. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna try one. It might be like a little ASMR moment. They're smaller than I thought. Those are pretty good. I'd give that like maybe a 7 out of 10. I don't really like white chocolate. I don't understand people that do. But if you like them, that's great for you. You can have the rest of these. It's just me in here. Normally, I ideally would bring my laptop with me, but you know what? I forgot that downstairs and I'm too lazy to get up. But I actually have a full list of things that I want to talk about. This is just a trial run. Ideally, I would have another person in here with me. Unless there's somebody in here with me, I don't really have anything to talk about because it's just me staring at a camera awkwardly. How long have I been recording? Oh, Jesus Christ, only 5 minutes? This is torture. I don't know why I do this to myself, guys. Oh, I've got an idea. I've got an idea. I think. Well, I have brought up here in the media center behind the camera is in fact a bunch of card games with answers. We're gonna see what I have to say. I'm gonna pick one, and I'm gonna play it with myself. Okay. What game did I pick? The hot seat. Have you guys ever played this game at all? I have like once, but I feel like it would be more fun to play with somebody else. Which would really help if I had someone to play with up here with me. Southern accent. I have never been to the South. Okay. Forgot how to play this. I think I'm just gonna answer these questions. Who was my childhood hero? I feel like this is a pretty obvious answer. My mother. My mother was and still is my favorite person. And I'm not afraid to say that. 23 years old. Yeah, my mother is my favorite person. She's gone through a lot of shit in her 56 years. So she is my hero. What can be found in my bedroom that can't be found in the bedroom of anyone else in the room? Well, probably a bunch of pairs of figs, if I had to guess. I've I don't even know how many. Multiple colors. Um, every color of the rainbow, basically. I don't know. Some of them are ugly colors, though. What for those of you healthcare baddies? What is your go-to fig style? There's many different types. Many different types. Some of them do like the one pocket scrub, the Katarina with the Zamora joggers. I'm not that kind of girl. I got the Fight Club pink in the mail yesterday. Tried them on. They look so good. Fucking bootylicious. I get the Rafaela top with the Cade cargo pants. Because guess what? Wide leg scrubs, so much better than the joggers. I put on joggers, I look like Peg Leg Pete. They are not for me, I'm a big girl. If there were a new yoga pose named after me, what would it be called? Obviously, the fucking Sadie. If there were a new yoga pose named after me, what would it be called? Yeah, the Slim Sadie. It's when you like try and crack your back. I don't do yoga, so I don't know. Can't you tell I don't do yoga? Um, what would I be most afraid of people digging up from my past? Probably my journal from senior year of high school. A lot of personal shit went down senior year. COVID happened, but also I had a really painful crush on a teacher. And I think I've said, oh, I might read my journal from high school, which I did find it. I think it's in the living room downstairs, like in the medium console down there. But girl, embarrassing. I'll get more into it another time. What song would I embarrassingly dance to? What song would I embarrassingly dance to if nobody was looking? Uh, Rasputin, I guess. I don't know. I did a lot. There were a lot of songs I did, like when I did dance class in elementary school, that like I'll hear it in Walmart and then I'll memorize the dance moves. Like um Hollywood by Michael Bublé was one of them that I just had that dance like memorized down to a T. What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. I did like 3 different One Direction songs that year. It's crazy. That was 5th grade. 2013, in case you couldn't tell. Make sure my mic is still on. Okay. What will I do in my lifetime that no one else here will? Uh, collect 80 plus stuffed Teletubbies. What poor decision have I made in the past 24 hours? Um, I had a little Debbie for breakfast this morning. That's never a good idea. I've organized a protest of 5,000 people. What's it for? Probably to bring Jack Doritos back to stores. Oh my gosh, y'all remember them Buffalo Ranch Jack Doritos? Oh my gosh. If I could go back to 2013, I so would, except for being in elementary school and being 10 years old and being bullied. I would totally go back. What am I obsessed with? Teletubbies, obviously. I'm the Teletubby mother. Turn this back around. All of these cards are like completely fucked up. What one word sums up my experience with the opposite sex? Dry. You know why? Because I'm a virgin. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. No man wants me. And I've kind of learned to accept that at this point. I'm like, I would be really uncomfortable if I were forced to attend a blank convention. I would be really uncomfortable if I were forced to attend the Republican National Convention, because fuck them. I don't care. What is something people love most? What is something most people love but I hate? Taylor Swift. What is the most dangerous thing I've ever done? My carpooling videos. Have you seen them? Terrible idea. I've almost crashed my car before. Um, who would I choose to have dinner with if I could choose anyone in the world? Probably Brittany Broski. Love that girl. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. What would I like to change about the society we live in? I think we're getting there, but can we like view autistic people as like adults? Do I look like an 8-year-old girl to you? I'm 23 years old. I have a job. I make $70,000 a year. I buy my car. I buy my own stuff. 99% of this room was done by yours truly, myself, except for the shelves. That was Dad. Being a woman has some advantages. What product am I an unpaid spokesperson for? Uh, the hospital I work at. Yeah, I'm a bootlicker. Um, also, I don't know. Apple products, I guess, or PC. What short phrase can someone wait? What short phrase can someone say to make me instantly like them? If someone starts out their sentence with girl or girly, I'm listening. What will I be doing 1 year from now? Probably sitting here. Probably still sitting here yapping my ass off. Probably still be a nurse. I'll still have my Luther boy. Probably I might have more friends, I don't know. Surprisingly, I would rather blank than blank. Surprisingly, I would rather shit in my hands and clap than go to my hospital's emergency room. What is something that I enjoy that most people would be surprised to find out? I have a lot of those. One very niche interest I have is lawsuit ads, like drug lawsuits and shit. Also the emergency alert stuff, and I'm a weird bitch. What do I regret not doing? I regret not going on that DC trip in 10th grade. That's what I regret not doing. And it wasn't that I didn't want to go, it's that my parents wouldn't let me. But they let my brother go when he went, but not me. I would have had a panic attack. But come on, now I would be able to handle it. Duh. If I were the eighth dwarf, what would my name be? Dumpy. Because my ass is disproportionate compared to the rest of my body. If I purchased my own island, what would I name it? I don't fucking know. I don't want to answer that question. So what about dogs? If I were to break a world record in the next 5 years, what would it be for? Owning the most Teletubbies. What do people wrongly assume about me? That I'm an idiot. Since I'm young, I'm taller, I'm very open about my diagnoses, they assume that I am an idiot. And they also assumed that about me when I was in resource room during high school and middle school and all that stuff. Because I was in like the semi-special ed stuff, that I was stupid. Baby, I graduated 4th in my class. I'm not stupid. That would be the washer. That would be the washing machine. What is something I've rated 1 out of 10? Pap smears. Wouldn't do it. What is the most ridiculous thing I have convinced somebody to believe? I don't remember. I'm going to be honest, I don't have an answer for that. What is something I wish I enjoyed? Sports. I never did sports growing up. I sucked at them, but I really wish I enjoyed them. But the people I went to school with made it a fucking nightmare. In my opinion, blank is really stupid. Big Mouth, the cartoon with Nick Kroll, with all the cartoon characters that look like him. Ugly ass cartoon. And it's for pedos. What does the acronym HOT stand for? Girl, why are you asking me all these complicated questions? I don't know. What have I already done for the last time in my life? Nursing clinicals, hopefully. What did my last text message say? I don't fucking know. I think it was a quote from a YouTube poop, but I'm not sure. What will be my famous last words? Give me the Frank's Red Hot. Hand me that Frank's Red Hot. Why don't you? I'll put that shit on everything. What Jeopardy category would I get 100% of the questions correct for? I'll tell you what, 9th grade me, we did a Kahoot on dank memes. And it wasn't because the other kids wanted it, it was because big ol' me wanted it. And guess what? I blew everybody out the park. Would I know anything about them now? Hell no. But a Jeopardy category about Seth MacFarlane's works, I might just win the game. If I robbed a bank, how would I disguise myself? Easy. I would put on a beard. I would it's when these masks come in handy, It's when these masks come in handy. What question will I never say yes to? Can you stay another 4 hours? Is there a double incentive? No. Then no. What puts me in a good mood immediately? You want some Wingstop? I'll be the last one in the room to blank. Probably the last person in this room to lose my virginity. I'm the only one in here. The last person in this room to leave. Which body part would I miss the most if it were gone? Probably my hand, or hands, plural. I could easily live without legs, but hands or arms? You can't pay me enough. My face on the cover of a cereal box. What is the slogan? That is a crazy question that I don't have an answer for. What would I like to experience again for the first time? Going under anesthesia. Or going on a roller coaster. I would love to experience like going on the Comet for the first time. That was fun. That was really fun. What would I do that my parents would be surprised to find out? This. Actually, my mother already knows. My dad would have a stroke. My mother already knows. And she loves it. What can I not live without? My Zoloft. And my hydroxyzine. Why do you think I'm so fucking funny? Because I'm depressed and I'm anxious. If I were invisible, what would the first thing I would do be? Go to my fucking crush's house, obviously. Follow him around. Because guess what? You better fucking believe I'm a crazy bitch. Or I'll follow my best friend around and move shit around, and then she'll be like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, I don't know. Invisibility cloak type shit. What is the craziest thing I've done with a stranger? Given them an enema. I am a nurse. What have I tried for the first time within the last year? Sushi. I tried sushi a few months ago. Not really huge on it. I don't know why you people love it so much. It tasted like grass to me. Sorry. The grossest thing I've eaten is not sushi. Not sushi. I've had some really, really despicable chicken from certain places. There's a cafe about a half hour from my house that one of my friends wanted us all to meet up at, and it was like morning time, so we were there for breakfast, like a late breakfast type of deal. And I ordered blueberry pancakes. Girl, they literally gave me fucking batter with blueberries in it. I was like, sir, you expect me to eat that? That might be the grossest thing I've eaten. What is my kryptonite? Uh, Anything baby pink. Where would I rather be right now? I'm gonna be honest, this is exactly where I want to be right now. I'd rather be in my bed, which is behind this wall, but no. Who's my celebrity doppelganger? I'm gonna be honest, I don't have one. I don't think I have one. I genuinely have never heard anybody tell me, oh my gosh, you look like this specific person. Oh my gosh, you look so much like them. Never heard that before in my life, in my 23 years. Okay. What was my last Google search? I don't remember. I think it was something to do with schoolwork. I think it was like Peplau's theory of interpersonal relations. Not fun. That is the washer. If my personality were something you could buy on Amazon, what would it be? One of those electronic trash cans. I'm chosen to make first contact with the aliens. What message do I send them? Girl, turn right the fuck around. I know us humans, we think we're normal. You don't want to know the shit going on in the US right now. Go the fuck back. Get the fuck back. If there were a holiday named after me, what would it be? Again, with first the yoga position, now the holiday named after me. That'd be like, oh, if I chose to name my baby Coca-Cola, what would its name be? Obviously fucking Coca-Cola. I'm telling you right now, my holiday would be August 30th. It would be St. Sadie's Day. That's my birthday. Everything is about me that day. You better be putting up fucking statues. I will be the next person in the room to probably yawn. I'm the only person in the room. What would I do if I had 24 hours to live? I don't know. If I could go to Six Flags for one last time, I would. What is the worst thing I've ever done? Probably cut my own bangs for 2 years straight. That's up there. Uh, yeah. What should be my new nickname? I've had people call me Sandy, Cindy, Sydney, everything below the sun except for my actual name, which is Sadie. They're like, is it short for Sarah? Why the fuck would it be short for Sarah? First of all, Sarah's my sister's name. Second of all, it's the same letters, same syllables. Where do you get Sadie out of Sarah? What world leaderboard would I be ranked number one on? Again, I have 80 plus stuffed Teletubbies. I have like I have two glitter globes. And I have a Mega Block set somewhere. I have a lot of paraphernalia. I have a keychain. I have like the toys from McDonald's and Burger King. I have a sleeping bag somewhere. I have a backpack somewhere. A lunchbox that I used to carry around all throughout 2007, 2008, which was kindergarten for me. I am the Teletubby Queen. What do I have zero tolerance for? Um, Backstabbing. You're backstabbing, bitch. Get the fuck back. Get the fuck away from me. Get out. What is an unwritten rule that I believe everyone should follow? Um, if you're a nurse, show up before 6:45 for your shift because I don't get paid enough to sit around and wait until 7:01 for you to show up and then for you to ask a million questions during report. I've got stuff going on at home. Be respectful. I show up to work at 6:15. I'm an early bird. But guess what? I already know everything. I can just look in the chart. Giving a report to me is like, yep, okay, cool, next person. Don't ask a million questions during report. In my opinion, blank is really annoying. Um, The bows on everything. Like the bow patterns on everything, I just find it really tacky. What simple task am I surprisingly bad at? Shuffling cards. What makes people gasp when I tell them I don't like it? Sushi. What strange food combination do I love? I don't think carrots and peanut butter would be considered a strange combination. What I did used to do is ketchup on chicken. When I was a kid, I would do ketchup on everything. Cue that song from Disney Channel. Um, I would do ketchup toast. My mom would just put some toast in a toaster and spread ketchup on it like it was peanut butter, and I would gobble that shit down. What first world problem do I struggle with? Let me tell you. Sometimes some phone cords be really shitty. They don't want to charge my phone, or the smart TV doesn't want to connect to the internet, and I'm pissed about it. Not my type of thing. What future invention am I really looking forward to? Flying cars, girl. Girl, I would love to fly the skies. I love flying. I've flown at least 20 times in my life. I really enjoy it, and I want to be able to fly myself. What would I put in a time capsule today to remind me of my life in 10 years? Uh, Probably the broken daisy pin that I have on my badge. What is one skill I would love to have? The ability to do a cartwheel. Never been able to do one. Never been able to do the splits either. I'm not a flexible girl. If I were a professional wrestler, what would my name be? Big Bertha. When I go home tonight, what's the first thing I'm going to do? Well, I am home. So obviously I'm doing this. But when I get home tomorrow from my 12-hour shift at work, the first thing I'm doing is jumping into the shower. What is something that I've rated 10 out of 10? Peanut butter pandemonium ice cream from Stewart's. What is my biggest pet peeve? Making loud mouth noises, which I'm sure I made at the beginning of the episode. What is something I wish I did more often? Well, I wish I cleaned my room more often, but I don't, and I should. What do I crave the most? The touch of a man. Next question. I've just received the vanity plates for my car. What do they say? SLM SDIE. Duh. What law have I broken and gotten away with? Speeding. Every fucking day. Every fucking day. I get away with that shit. I've had my license for almost 4 years. Not once have I been pulled over. Actually, that's not true. I got pulled over once, but it wasn't for speeding. It was outside of my work when I forgot to turn the taillights on in my car. And then he's like, and then the cop was like, "Well, you already fixed it, and my scanner's not working, so just go to work. I'm not gonna give you a ticket or anything." I was like, "Thank you, officer. Thank you, officer. God is good. God is good. Blue lives matter." What the fuck is a blue life? For those who don't know, Black Lives Matter. Um, what is something that I take for granted that I wouldn't be able to live without? My mother. If she dies, I might just kill myself. What do I do differently than everyone else in the room? Apparently, I put on shirts differently. Like, I do, like, the collar first, and then I just, like, sprout my arms out like I'm a plant. Like I'm a plant. Apparently, that's something I do. What is the strangest thing I've ever bought online? Etsy witch spell. Next question. I've never met a blank I didn't like. Um, I've never met an Aquarius woman I didn't like. My mother is an Aquarius woman. I love her. Some of my best friends are Aquarius people. Well, also, I have never met a chicken wing that I did not like. Who would I choose to spend tomorrow as if I could choose anyone in the world? Um, my crush, because I want to know what the fuck is going on in that man's head. Um, what is the rationale? What is he bringing to the table? I would love to know. What could I do to completely mess up my life in the next hour? Uh, I could send his mother a friend request on Facebook, but I'm not going to do that. What would I have the hardest time living with? Or who would I have the hardest time living with? Let me tell you, I've already done it. My brother. We have almost thought about him moving back in, and to that I will say no. If I couldn't live in the city I live in now, what city would I? Well, I don't live in a city. I live in a small town, but I would live in Milton Keynes. Girl, I am a shopaholic. I love to shop. Milton Keynes. Batty. What is the easiest word I can't spell correctly? I don't fucking know. I see. I got hundreds on my spelling bee tests, so can't relate to that one. I'm not doing that one. Stupid. What would I do to pass the time if I was stuck in an elevator for hours? I would make TikToks. I would do another one of my little videos where I pretend to have like a microphone or I pretend I'm on a podcast. I'm like, hi everybody. So today we are stuck in the elevator at work, and now my manager is calling me, and I am now fired. What about me would make someone drive past me if I was hitchhiking? If I stood out there in a Teletubby costume? If I wasn't afraid, I would probably go on one of those big old roller coasters with the loops. What is something I enjoy that's not typical for my age group? Um, Crochet. Actually, that's not true. A lot of people my age enjoy crochet. Um, the Orville. The show, the Star Trek show. Never met an Orville fan before in my entire life that was under the age of 40. What would I be doing with my life if money wasn't a problem? Girl, I would own an animal shelter. Who is my least favorite celebrity? Well, there's a lot of them. Elon Musk is up there, probably. Fuck you, Elon. Um, I cannot get behind Taylor Swift. I'm sorry, I can't. What is something I hope to never become? Um, a lady with dementia. A UTI Mima, if you will. What would I choose to be paid with if money wasn't an option? Target gift cards. What is the most dangerous animal I could beat in a fight to the death? Probably a chicken. I don't think I could beat a bear. I could beat a chicken though. I could just grab its neck like that and just. What advice would I give to my younger self? Don't worry about what those other kids at school say about you because it's bullshit and they're just jealous because, you're a lot smarter than them. But they don't see that. Word vomit. What can I never get enough of? Buffalo wings. In my opinion, the greatest human to ever live is my mother. What question would I ask the president if I was guaranteed a 100% truthful response? Who's on the Epstein list? Trumpy? Come on, Don. Spill the beans. We all know you know. We all know the list is on your desk. And we all know you're buddy-buddy with him. There's a new movie about my life. Who do I want cast as me? It's probably gonna be Melissa McCarthy. Love her. What would a video of my last weekend be titled? 24 hours a weekend, worked as a burnt out nurse. What is something that I wish I had never found out about? That men can move their balls. Not with their hands. They can just like how you'll see like Dwayne the Rock Johnson like twitch his boobs. They can do that with their balls. And I find that extremely disturbing. And I have to ask a real man about it. What would be the hardest word for me to ever be able to say again? Like, um, so. What is something I find interesting that most people find boring? My life. Who is my celebrity crush? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't have one. I do not have one. What is the most embarrassing way I've injured myself? I was in the shower singing and shaving my legs, and I fell ass first on the floor. I was 16 years old. On the floor, the curtains came down with me. What one sentence describes my year? It's about as good as it's gonna get, I think. If I was a dog, what would my name be? Uh, Probably Scotty. I think that would be cute. What one rule would I make if everyone in the world had to follow it? Stay in the right lane of the highway. Unless you're passing somebody, which is already law, but some people don't want to fucking follow that. And guess what? If I were president, if I made the rules, you would be getting pulled over for that. Yeah, you'd be getting pulled over for that pretty good. How long have I been running now? 43 minutes? Holy shit. 7:30. Which movie would I like to see unlimited sequels of? Ted. What instructional YouTube video would I be famous for? There isn't one. Can you tell that I'm getting sick of this? My friends gave me a nickname that starts with the letter B. What is it? Big Bertha. What animal would I choose if I could transform into one for a day? Probably a cat. Because I love cats. And they have it so much easier than I do. What one word would my first grade teacher have used to describe me? Interesting. You know what, girl? I miss you. You're so appreciated. What do I wish I could change about the town I live in? I wish we could keep businesses open. The taxes are way too high, and any places it's good gets shut down. We had an Indian restaurant down the street from where I live, and they ended up closing permanently not too long ago. And I'm still mad about it, by the way. What could I give a lecture on at the local university? Teletubbies lore. I'd like to see blank banned forever. I'd like to see geek bars banned forever because that shit is so bad for you. I'm a nurse. I can tell you right now. Don't get into that shit. Do not do it. It is so bad for you. You're gonna end up with popcorn lung. You're gonna end up with COPD at 32 years old. Don't do it. What one thing would I consider a deal breaker on the first date? I don't want kids. Well, if you're gonna be my husband, you better fucking want kids, because you're getting them. Two, if we're being exact. Two. I'm on the front page of the Sunday edition of the local paper. What is the headline? Probably mugshot. I'm just kidding. Probably not a mugshot. Probably local. Something about me getting like some sort of award, maybe, for being a great nurse. I don't fucking know. What was the last thing I purchased that was over $100? The Nintendo Switch behind me that was also my brother's. What is my guilty pleasure? Toenail cleaning ASMR videos. If I had to flee the country, where would I go? England. Next question. What is my dream job? Flight attendant for Virgin Atlantic. I'm not taking any questions. They're beautiful. I want to be them. What should I take less seriously? Interdisciplinary rounds. I'd just be yapping. What's the first thing I'd do if I won the lottery? I would buy my husband. What is the worst gift I've ever received? Honestly, I can't think of one. I got a t-shirt once that said Hufflepuff. I'm not a Harry Potter adult, never have been. But that's all I can think of. If I could choose anyone in the world, whose life would I like to live? I don't know. What job would I be absolutely horrible at? Customer service, because I'm climbing right over that fucking counter. I've done it before. Well, I've worked in customer service before. I think everybody should. Most of us have. What about the opposite sex baffles me. They'll have thoughts that I had at like 8 years old and they think it's like revolutionary. They're like, oh my god, so I realized that like, oh my god, like, women, they like, they're people, they have it so tough. I feel so bad for them. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit. No shit, Aiden. And also that they don't wash their butt. What is up with that? What is my biggest fear? Dying alone. And also spiders. My blank is bigger than anyone else's in the room. I'm gonna change the room with the house. Um, my gap in my teeth is bigger than anyone else's in the house, in case you haven't noticed. What scares me more than it should? Um, Daddy Longlegs. What am I looking forward to? Going to bed tonight. Unfortunately, no one has forgotten about that time that I sharted in a patient's room while I was flushing his IV and getting his TPN set up. And then we didn't make eye contact until I was done, and I said, let's just forget that happened. And he's like, yeah. What's the most embarrassing thing I've ever Googled? I don't remember. If I became an overnight celebrity, what would I be famous for? This right here. This right here. Come join me on the pod. Uh, what is something I hate having to pay for? Utilities. Water, heat, electricity. I shouldn't have to pay for those things. What's in my freezer that I don't want anyone to know about? Probably the chicken I bought 2 weeks ago that I still haven't cooked. What is the largest change that will happen for me in the next 5 years? Um, I will be almost 7 years a nurse. I might be certified. I probably will have moved out of my parents' house by then. Uh, what is my go-to snack? It changes. Sometimes it's Kit Kats. Sometimes it's a Little Debbie's. Sometimes it's Doritos or Hot Cheetos. We're running 51 minutes now. I have been babbling for 51 minutes, almost an hour in here. What is the perfect online handle for me? Right up there, ladies and gentlemen, right up there. When I look in the mirror, what do I see? Greasy face. Greasy face, old eyeliner. Growing out highlights. My favorite holiday tradition is my parents and I watching Pulp Fiction every Christmas. What should my parents have named me? They almost named me Stephanie. Imagine me being called Slim Stephanie. I probably would be a bitch if my name was Stephanie. I am nothing but a Sadie, girl. What do I have an excessive amount of? I've said it 50 times, but the stuffed Teletubbies. I'll have to have them on the pod at some point. What would I do in the next 5 minutes that could impress everyone in the room? Myself. I would shut up. That's what I would do. What is something I wouldn't do for $1 million? Willingly float to post-op. What is something about me that sounds fake but is actually 100% true? I've been to England 10 times in my life. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done. Thank God, thank God, thank God. I'm running out of storage on my phone. What do I know more about than anyone else in the room? Well, I'm the only fucking person here, so nothing. What would a movie about my life up to this point be titled? Almost 30-year-old virgin. Where's the worst place someone could take me on a first date? KFC. What would I trade a kidney for? Nothing. Definitely not a Labubu. I just put a new bumper sticker on my car. What does it say? I actually did put a new bumper sticker on my car yesterday that says horse denier with a horse next to it crossed out saying not real. So there's your answer. My idea of a good time always includes buffalo wings and a movie night. Oh my fucking god. I've just been babbling nonstop for 54 minutes over this freaking game, yo. I don't even know if I played it right, girl. I guess it'll be a lot more fun when I get somebody else in here and then we do it together. But yeah, until then, I'm going to go take a shower and I'm going to turn in for the night because I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Yes, I do. I do. Oh my gosh, I do. But seriously, I'm not looking forward to playing this back. I will see y'all whenever I get a chance to. But it was good talking to y'all.